60, 101.1 FM, 844 and a half, Indiana in the morning for this Tuesday morning. And we're joined in the studio this morning by two of our three Indiana County Commissioners. Sherene Hess is with us. Mike Baker is here. You say Rod's on the way?
I believe so.
Okay. All right.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning and good to see you all. Before we get into, I know you always like to have certain topics that you each talk about. I was just thinking this morning, all this rainy weather that we've had this summer, of course, it's caused some flooding problems for portions of Indiana County. Do the county commissioners have special responsibilities or something that you do and take care of during weather, emergencies like we've had this year?
Weather emergencies, from the standpoint of what the county actually has any jurisdiction over, would amount to the responses from our emergency management agency. And just to give you an example, two things. I want to just mention that flooding can lead to making places impossible to get to, and so the purchase of our recent purchase of the drone technology is going to help a great deal in being able to assess and access those kinds of situations. The other thing is, since you mentioned it, I just want to throw out some kudos to not only the EMA and 911 folks, but our fire rescue personnel. Right. Because of the rain events that we had last week, they were able to perform a life-saving rescue from a fella who was stuck in a sinkhole. And who'd have thought, but right here in Indiana County. But that's kind of what we do with regard to emergency situations like that.
Yeah, it's been a tough summer.
It has been.
Has the drone, have you been able to use the drone so far, do you know?
We have demonstrated it at the county fair. Okay. We have 5 people who are fully accredited pilots now, and we will make that drone available as needed for emergency situations. And we also plan to do some other things with it, such as inspect our radio towers for damage and so on, and maybe even do a little PR and marketing with it as well.
With all the rural areas of Indiana County, that's a type of instrument that could be very useful when physically a person can't get to a location. You could have that drone get right in there and take photos and let people know what's happening.
It gives us an opportunity for situational awareness that we have not had up to this point. So it's going to be a really great thing to have.
Okay, Mike, since you're on the mic already, your topic for discussion
Well,
today?
actually, I was going to talk about EMA and 911 and a couple of critical infrastructure things in the county. As you probably heard, we're about to begin the very much-needed expansion of the 911 Communications Center, and this project is going to add some very important office space and conferencing areas and some upgrades to the HVAC and other critical systems, but it's really important. 911 and EMA are becoming busier and busier all the time, and just to give you an idea of how cramped we are for space there, 2 of our 3 IT people who work there actually work in the server closet. They don't have offices in which to work, and so we've got to get them moved around a little bit. And so that's a great project that's going to go forward. It's going to begin here momentarily, I would tell you. We have all the design and engineering done. The permitting is all done. So we're about to start to dig on that project. So
now that will be an enlargement of the current building, correct?
That's correct. That will add office spaces for 8 individuals. We're going to complete the build out on 5 of those offices to begin with and leave the other 3 as conferencing space for now. So, and just before I kick this over to Commissioner Hess, I also want to talk about another infrastructure piece that I've been wanting to see move forward for quite some time, and that is the redesign and upgrading of the county website. And as of our commissioners meeting last week, we have taken a very deliberate step ahead by hiring an Indiana County company to do that work for us. It's a homegrown, 100% Indiana County company. They bring a lot of web design and innovation skills to the table, and a lot of marketing savvy as well. And the name of that company is 50 Marketing, and it's working with clients in more than 25 states, and is a very, very growing company. And I had the opportunity to introduce one of the principals of the company, Bill Woods, over from 50 Marketing. I was able to introduce him at our meeting to our other great county marketing expert, Denise Liggett, from the Tourist Bureau, and I can only see really good things happening from that relationship. So,
do you have an example of something new that will be on the website?
Yeah, in fact, I do. Not only is it going to add some transparency, but what we want to do with the site is perhaps add some e-commerce pieces to it, where people would be able to do business over the internet as opposed to having to run into town and find parking and come into the courthouse and go through security. If they can do it online, they can do it more easily. A lot of people have very limited time during the day. And some other things that we'd like to do with it also go back to things like EMA and 911, where we would be able to alert people who are opted in to emergencies and ongoing situations around the county that they need to be aware of. So that's just a couple of the things we want to do. But, you know, our website is a tool and our product is Indiana County. We have a great product here that we need to be selling. And this is going to help us very much in accomplishing that task.
Is there a target date when the new site will be up and running?
Before the end of the year.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of a one-way street right now for various reasons. And we hope to have more of a dialogue with visitors to the website through this expansion and renewal of it. So yeah, we're looking forward to that very much. Yeah, and I just wanted to throw a shout out to our EMA. You know, they delivered sandbags. They helped with road barriers, road signs, and that all during that flooding, all those episodes, and they were really right on. So they deserve many kudos. People don't realize the necessity of being prepared, and they demonstrated that necessity very well in the last 2 weeks. And this has been a difficult year for people dealing with rainwater and stormwater and. So there's a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the things that you're keeping your eye on over at the courthouse?
I'll tell you, what I'm really excited about is our Sustainable Economic Development Summit. We have some super speakers coming to speak with us. Scott Shealy, who's a Special Assistant for Workforce Development through the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture. A lot of people don't realize it, but farming is our number one industry, and it's not just farming, it's all the things related to farming, food systems and microbiology and water conservation and many things like that. And he's going to talk about all the tens of thousands of jobs related to agriculture and food systems they're going to be available in Pennsylvania alone in the next 10 to 15 years. We have Andy McAllister coming from the Western Pennsylvania Coalition for Abandoned Mine Reclamation to talk about how you can use mine drainage cleanup to translate that into job creation. Henry McKay from the Solar United Neighbors going to talk about how solar power can help companies, can help homeowners, can help institutions really achieve an energy efficiency that can help their bottom line. Zaheen Hussain is going to come from Millville, Pennsylvania, to talk about his job as a sustainability coordinator there and how communities really benefit from energy efficiency and sustainability initiatives. And we've got Erica Cochran from Carnegie Mellon University from the School of Architecture to talk about the new innovative building techniques that can help with energy efficiency and sustainability. So we're really looking forward to that. This is a thing that has started with a request from some grassroots organizations and turned into a very diverse set of folks working, the business community, the institutional educational community, and local government all working together towards economic development in rural areas. It's not easy to do, but we're on a path here, and we hope to be making lots of good announcements about many different job creation types of initiatives very soon.
Yeah, we have a great core of people here in Indiana County through the Commissioner's Office, through the Chamber of Commerce, through the Tourist Bureau, and all the boroughs and townships that
Yes.
really do a great job working together trying to make their area and the whole county a better place.
And the ICDC
Absolutely
as
do.
well.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
ICDC.
And all of those folks are involved in some way in this initiative, and it's all hands on deck, and that's what you need in rural areas especially.
Now, you talked about the communications online, Indiana County, a lot of rural areas, and sometimes folks have a hard time making it into Indiana to take care of the business that needs to be done.
Well, that's absolutely right. And one of the good things about our website upgrade is going to be that it's going to be useful over any platform, not just a desktop or laptop, but also tablets and phones, so that there are many areas in the county that we don't have good broadband established yet, but they do have 4G service, and they would be able to utilize their phone at least
Right on.
to perhaps access county business or to conduct county business as well. So, and if I can I wanted to just add one other thing. One of the things that Sherene mentioned was the abandoned mine water reclamation cleanup, and the county earlier this year and late last year took on an initiative with the DEP up in the Vintondale area where we're actually going to see a pump station go in there, and we're going to see the reclamation of some abandoned mine water coming out of there, and it'll clean up about 20-plus miles of Blacklick Creek.
Yes, it's
So
a
we're looking
$15
forward
million
to it.
project,
Absolutely.
22 miles of clean water. That's recreation, and that's tourism, and that's money.
And that's
money
investment
for
by the state.
Yes, exactly.
Is there still a lot of those areas around Indiana County that need to be taken care of, cleaning up what was left over from the mines?
I couldn't enumerate them all for you.
Yeah, there
Okay,
are.
there's- okay.
Yes.
It's a significant it's a multi-billion-dollar problem around the state. We'll do what we can,
Yes.
and we are watershed associations and our conservation district and lots of great organizations working hand in hand to achieve that.
Well, we're already into September of the year, and I know the Indiana County Commissioners have a lot of things planned on the drawing board. Any public meetings or things that the public can take advantage of that's coming up between now and the end of the year?
Well, don't forget Sherene's Sustainable Economic
Yeah, that's right.
there.
The summit
one.
is next Friday, the 28th. We have many people signed up, but there's still room. If anybody wants to join us, it's free. It's open to the public, includes lunch, and it's a great opportunity, including students. And then you can come for as little or as much of the day as your schedule allows.
That will be held where?
At the Rustic Lodge
Okay.
in Indiana.
The date and the time?
September 28th from 9 to 3:30 and registration at 8:30.
Okay.
So please join
Folks
us.
could give you a call to
They
make
can
a
give
reservation?
they can give a call, or they can visit sustainableindianacounty.org. They can reach my office at 465-3805, and we'd be happy to have them.
Mike,
It's going to be a great summit.
yeah, we talk about a lot of things that are ahead for Indiana County. Looking back on the year so far, what are some of the things that the commissioners can say, we got this done and we're a better place now because of it?
Oh my! Well, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. That, it seems like every day everybody's sitting on the edge of their seat saying, "Well, when? What's going to happen? What's going to happen?" Can't talk about some of that stuff out loud yet today, but I do want you to know that we're making very significant progress in economic development, both here in the central part of the county, as well as some projects we're working on down in the southern end. So we're looking forward to all of those things happening. Bear in mind that next month we begin our next budgeting cycle for Indiana County. That's always, we do zero-based budgeting. We don't just start with what you ended up with this year and go back. We take
right.
it back to zero and start over. And I think that's a great way for us to be doing that.
And of course, you're always open to suggestions and ideas from the county residents.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
In fact, one of the folks from 50 Marketing called me yesterday and said that a county resident had already called their office offering to help with the website development. So there's always somebody out there who's ready to get their hands dirty, and we appreciate that.
We
very
welcome
much.
it very much.
Meetings for the commissioners once a month on Wednesdays. Those continue.
Twice a
Twice
month.
a month on
Usually,
Wednesdays?
Yeah,
Yes,
second and fourth Wednesdays normally.
Right.
right.
Every once in a while we have to deviate. But
And those are always open to the public.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you can come out and see what's happening. I think if you've never been to a commissioners meeting, you really don't get a sense of how much work and how many items that you folks have to do on your agenda.
we try to blow through it pretty quick, but we can't always do that. We're always trying to set a new record.
We have dozens of departments, it seems like, and many things going on. And if you can't make it to a meeting, we welcome your phone calls, your emails, your Twitters, your Facebooks, anything you want to do to communicate with us.
And we welcome you for joining us this morning on Indiana in the Morning.
Thanks for having me.